Senyo, thank you very much for making time to join us. Senyo Hosi is convener of the Individual Bondholders Forum. You know, the pensioners have been going to this place all week, and they have really broken people's hearts. We have seen people sit on TV and literally cry whilst they are attempting to discuss this issue and thinking about the fact that these are our mothers, our fathers, our grandfathers, our grandmothers, you know, having to be at this place and asking and begging the states, when they are the ones who have put their money to the state, to help the state rather, they are there begging. From what you have been telling your people, now the deadline is over. Yesterday, the CJ appeared there, and I believe that is what forced the finance minister to engage with them again, but his position has not changed. What do you say?
I think that this DD would write many stories, and it won't be good for leadership as a country. The picketing of our pensioners is an embarrassing scene. It's an unfortunate scene. I'm happy that the Chief Justice was there yesterday. It just gives us hope that we still have people with conscience and influence at the same time. A lot of that has been missing in this country, and I think that gives us some sense of hope that things would really get better with voices like that being heard. But on the issue of the picketing in particular, it's an immaterial activity relative to this DDE. It's great with the advocacy and the optics of it. The finance minister was clear with something, and let's just face it. All his press releases post our advocacy jointly that one, individuals were free to participate. He also said two, if you decide to hold on to your old bonds, I will pay. Three, he has also said that he can't guarantee what happens on the secondary market. The truth is that the finance minister has never guaranteed the tradability or the liquidity on the secondary market. So that submission itself was moot. Then, four, right here, if you want to participate, these are the options you have. I think that we were asking too much from the minister. He has said that you are free not to participate.
Why was it important then to exempt others?
It wasn't important to exempt anybody because technically he hadn't exempted anybody till the DD of DD3.
No, my question to you is, Labour stood up and insisted that if pension funds were not exempted, there would be hell. The minister...
Yes, so maybe he went to respond to hell because all the pension funds needed to...
That has been exempted. Initially, it was not exempted. It has been exempted. So what is if exemption is...
Hold on.
If exemption has no importance or significance,
it's immaterial.
Why did they have to fight over the exemption?
No, you see, one, for pension funds, they were never exempted in the first round. They were never exempted in the second round. If you read the memorandum, it's actually in the third round that they have actually been exempted.
That's my question.
But yes, for us as individuals, the government has been categorical that individual bondholders are free not to participate. It never said banks are free not to participate. It never said pension funds are free not to participate. It said individual bondholders are free not to participate. But in any case, this was a voluntary exercise.
Voluntary, you
then
know.
The minister,
Come off it. You know it is not voluntary, really.
Exercise.
You know that you have said on this same platform that the voluntary was a deceptive word.
So that's what I told you that you are right. That's what I told you that in the beginning, the minister had done it voluntary by force. But after our advocacy and our engagement and his own public utterances and his press statement, the thing has now become voluntary. All that we needed to do is to get people to understand the implications of it and not go and participate. Self-exemption was the first option that the finance minister gave us. Check the press release. I've forgotten the date. I think that before the DD3 was issued. It was clear after our meetings with him that one, you individuals free to participate. So it means you have a self-exemption option. 2, I will pay. 3, if you want to participate, these are the conditions. 15% for those who are pensioners, 10% over 5 years for those who are not pensioners.
When you started, when you started
Yeah.
as individual bondholders working together with the other groups, your watchword was exempt, exempt, exempt.
Absolutely.
If it was not significant, why was
Yes.
why was that what you were pursuing?
No, something, times changed. That was significant then when it was voluntary by force. But when the man has met you and told you and given you the assurances, gone out to make public statements that if you hold on to your old bonds, he will pay, I don't think that was a problem anymore. In the beginning,
you have been on this platform. You have been on this platform with Deputy Minister Dr. John Kuma.
Absolutely.
And John Kuma has said that we can't guarantee, the tradability of your bonds. Your bonds will be worthless.
Like I said,
if you don't participate, it will be worthless. Are these people not entitled to think that, to say that we are not trusting what you are telling us now? Exempt us rather.
So let's take a back step and why everybody had to jump into the advocacy. First, you started saying it was voluntary. Then you said that our existing bonds will be worthless. You weren't talking about it being tradable or not tradable. That's a technical matter. So when you start that, then you feed into the perception that you intend to really go after us who will not submit to this your voluntary process. So we refused to. And we came out and we fought it. Then we have the minister come out to say, okay, the terms that we gave you, we are changing it. But the first thing you need to understand is that it is voluntary. For you, you are free not to participate. And for the first time, he comes out to say he will pay every old bond. And he was referring to the individuals. At that point, it was clear that now the thing had moved from voluntary by force to voluntary. His first option is that you self-exempt. So for me, and for us at IBF, our advocacy was to educate people so that they go and self-exempt.
Yes,
and I think that the data is out. I think that you have put up data which is inaccurate,
again,
I should probably.
Again, you were fighting that if people didn't sign up, they were in a precarious situation that if they took up suits, the government has insulated all its assets. So you cannot even get a judgment, any property of government to attach.
Absolutely.
That has changed?
It hasn't changed. That is why we spent our last week educating people why they shouldn't submit to the DDE. We spent time educating them why you shouldn't sign on to the DDE. I didn't see us going to get any exemption absolute exemption for individuals. The question here is, Samson, for all you know, somebody with 15% who thinks he trusts that legal construct may want to do it. Let him go. My job is to let you know the risk. Let you know that new DDE, it's not in your best interest.
How do you trust a man who is giving you these assurances and has broken his promises, is defaulting on his bonds?
In fact, this is my favorite question these days. One, if you don't trust government and you have 2 contracts, do you go for a contract that is tighter or the one that is weaker or loose? Francis, Samson, you're a lawyer. Won't you get your contract even tighter when you don't trust? Your client doesn't trust a counterparty in the contract. It's simple.
What is the meaning of a contract?
Hold on.
What is the meaning of a contract when one party can get up unilaterally and decide what he wants to do with it, and then I begin to suffer and have to beg him?
Allow me to walk through the logic. I'm saying that I don't trust you. And I have an existing contract with you. You're offering me a new contract. That even gives me a weaker legal standing. Question, which of the contracts will you choose? I'll keep my old contract because that gives me better options. Then two, somebody says, I trust government. If you trust government, then you should trust what Oforiatta and John Kuma said, that they will pay. In that instance, the question again, which of the options give you the best economic return? It's the old bonds. So either way, left or right, it's the old bonds. And we spent our time educating our people. Just do not submit to it. The most important thing, and I'm happy the Chief Justice is in, and she restated that right. What was going on was illegal. If our rights are not enforced as people who did not submit to the DDE, we have a legal course of action.
All right.
And the minister is compelled to honor his obligation.
Well, that's another matter. You can have a
you can have
a judgment. You can have a judgment on paper. That's just on paper. You may not get anything out of it.
Hold on,
Doctor.